All right, guys, it is coming up on 5 o'clock. Hope everybody is doing well on this Thursday afternoon, and we currently have a bunch of severe weather warnings out there. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning that impacts the Birmingham metro area, and this warning goes from Dora all the way down to Hoover and all the way over to Pell City. Now, this is the most significant one on the board because, as you can see, the winds are now in excess of 70 miles per hour with this line of storms, and the most significant part is going to be out here in northwestern Jefferson County, over here towards the Adamsville area, also the Fairfield and the Midfield area as well, as we could have winds easily in excess of 60 to 70 miles per hour and greater, especially in this batch right here, close to the Shady Grove and Adamsville, Alabama area, also near the areas of Graysville, Alabama. Now, there's other severe thunderstorms that are ongoing right now down here south of Tuscaloosa. And these are packing a punch as well. That includes the areas of Bibb County and the Tuscaloosa County, Greene County, and Hale County as well. 1 inch diameter hail, which is quarter sized hail, and damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. And if you're in Knoxville, if you're in Union, if you were in Foster's, if you were down there towards the Moundville area, these are going to be pushing off towards the south and to the east, and they're creeping along at a very slow clip. So if you do get underneath one of these, it is going to be a pretty significant threat of rain and thunderstorms. And as you can see, there is Taylorville down in Tuscaloosa County by the public. There is quarter-sized hail that fell about 10 minutes ago with that storm that is pushing over here towards the Duncanville and the Monticello Estates area down there along the Highway 82 corridor going towards the area of Bibb County. Now, let me take you back in here and show you the most significant storm on the board, and it's going to be this one up here near the Graysville and Adamsville area, because this one has the potential to produce winds in excess of 70 miles per hour, and that's nothing to play around with. Winds in excess of 70 miles per hour are going to be coming through the areas of Jefferson County here within the next few minutes. Now, these storms are drifting off to the south at 25 miles per hour, and they are packing quite a punch with winds in excess of 70 miles per hour, likely with this storm. All right, and so if you were watching Birmingham, Hoover, Vestavia Hills, Bessemer, Homewood, Mountain Brook, Trussville, Hueytown, Gardendale, Irondale, Leeds, Moody, Fairfield, Fultondale, Springville, Odenville, Summerton, Dora, Dallas, and of course Centerpoint, you guys can expect winds in excess of 70 miles per hour with this storm. And let me show you where the most significant wind is going to be. And it's going to be sitting right there close to the Adamsville area, also towards Mulga and Maytown. So basically, there is your wind line that is pushing towards downtown Birmingham. And so this is going to be a lot of wind coming through the northern portions of Birmingham, and then they will eventually get into the metro areas as well. Down here, basically towards the Sylvan Springs area, the Pratt City along the Corridor X area, Forestdale Mobile Home Park, Brookside, These are the areas right now that are going to experience winds in excess of 70 miles per hour, and then it's going to eventually come into the Birmingham metro area as well. Now, the other storm of concern is going to be this one down here that is sitting down here on the Union and over towards the Jena and Mantua area right now in southern Pickens County and also southern Tuscaloosa County here in West Alabama. And as you can see, there's that nasty storm that is sitting in between Aliceville and Utah, especially along the 14 corridor. And if you're watching along the 2059 corridor in Greene County, and especially down here towards Knoxville or Utah, you need to be in your safe place right now because these storms are packing quite a punch. Now, I want to also let our friends know over here in East Alabama, over here towards the Anniston, Oxford area, also down to Pell City and the Piedmont area. You guys are also underneath a severe thunderstorm warning as well, and that goes for another 26 minutes for the potential of damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. And we actually have a little bit of wind damage report. 8 to 10 trees were blown down on Tabor Road, and this is in Etowah County near the Kiner community. So that we do have some damage reports coming in now, coming in here towards the area of Etowah County. But once again, as you can see, more storms are developing up here towards the Reform and the Gordo area. And these storms could be our next ones to become severe right up there in northern Pickens County. But once again, all of these are drifting off towards the south and to the east, rather really, really slow. But once again, I am concerned, and the reason that I'm here is because we have the potential for damaging straight line winds in the Birmingham metro area of around 70 miles per hour, and this is going to include all of the area of Jefferson County, and this does include all the way from the Tuscaloosa County, Jefferson County line all the way up to the Blount County line, and this does include the areas of 459, 65, 20, and 59. So this is going to be a long duration event as these storms in Jefferson County are only shifting off to the south at 25 miles per hour. So they are definitely going to be moving at a very snail's pace right now. And as you can see, if you are in Mulga, Shady Grove, Adamsville, Port Birmingham, Sylvan Springs, Maytown, or Mulga, these are the areas that are going to see winds in excess of 70 miles per hour. And of course, there is your wind line that is coming down the Corridor X just south of the Forestdale Mobile Home Park, also just north of Pratt City. And I can actually put this into motion for you, and you can see that this is an extreme wind line of winds in excess of 70 miles per hour that are going to be pushing into downtown Birmingham within a matter of minutes, probably in about 10 minutes from now or so. So that is the area of concern up there in northern and central Jefferson County when this line of wind gets on top of you that is south of Adamsville and sitting in between Adamsville and downtown Birmingham. And so this is going to be a pretty significant wind line that is basically stretching from the Brookside area and Gardendale, stretching down to Mulga, Maytown, Sylvan Springs, getting into Hueytown, Fairfield, and Fultondale as well. So that is the area of concern right now. And so we definitely need to watch our friends up in the Birmingham metro area because, like I said, winds in excess of 70 miles per hour are going to be likely with this storm. And I forgot to do something. Okay. 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 They just continued the severe thunderstorm warning for Jefferson County until 5:30. And the severe thunderstorm warning for Jefferson County continues for Jefferson, St. Clair, and Walker until 5:30. Blunt, you have been removed from the severe thunderstorm warning. Blunt County, it has been moved out of your area. It will continue for Jefferson, St. Clair, and Walker counties until 5:30, which is in about 20 more minutes or so. Winds are still at a considerable damage threat at 70 miles per hour for the potential right there of damaging winds in excess of 70 miles per hour. And there, of course, is your extreme wind line basically coming into Pratt City right now. Also along the 22 corridor, and 22 is going to cross I-65 near the Grayson Addition and the Decatur Highway. So this is going to be the area that the winds of 70 miles per hour are about to cross. They are paralleling now the 65 corridor, moving from Warrior and Kimberly all the way down into downtown Birmingham. All right, so I want to also mention that we had 1 inch diameter hail in Taylorville in Tuscaloosa County, Taylorville in Tuscaloosa County a little while ago. Okay, so there's the other severe thunderstorm warning that does include the southernmost portion of Tuscaloosa. They have removed Foster's from the severe thunderstorm warning. However, this still does include the areas of Knoxville. It includes the Utah area, and it has been removed for the areas of Moundville as well. So the severe thunderstorm warning for Tuscaloosa has been shifted off towards the south and to the west. But no doubt that the most significant one is going to be this one up here near the Birmingham metro area, and copious amounts of rain are falling right now in Jefferson County, and your extreme wind line of 70 miles per hour is going to be on the leading edge of this and then curving back along the I-22 corridor and then shifting back up towards the I-65 corridor, and all of this is sliding in this direction. And as you can watch, you can see that line of wind is progressing a little bit further off towards the south and to the east. And here in just a little bit, it is going to be in downtown Birmingham, probably within the next 15 to 30 minutes. And I can actually draw a storm track on this for you. All right, let me put this up here. 20. Come All right, it's moving like this. All right, there we go. Okay, it is going to be in downtown Birmingham in 13 minutes because it is moving that slow. It is going to be over in Mountain Brook in about 22 minutes, depending on this radar image right here. It is going to be across the Irondale area in 27 minutes, and it's going to be over Brentwood Hills in 29 minutes. So downtown Birmingham, in 12 minutes is when the line of wind is going to be over your location. And the wind very well could be in excess of 70 miles per hour. The wonderful news is I have not heard of any wind damage, and I've not heard of any wind being not heard of any specific wind reports out of this, but this radar image right here desperately does show that anywhere within this line right here that you are actually going to have winds in excess of 70 miles per hour. And this is going to be coming down here towards Fairfield, Midfield, Hueytown, and Bessemer right now. You've also got a little bit of wind moving into downtown Birmingham, basically from Smithfield and North Birmingham over to Pratt City right now, also towards Woodlawn and Irondale in Birmingham in northern Jefferson County. And it does look like that the most significant wind right now is going to stay south of the Birmingham metro right now. It is going to be down here from Hoover and Midfield, Fairfield, Hueytown, and Bessemer. However, I still want you guys to stay safe and play it safe if you guys are in the Birmingham metro area and especially in downtown Birmingham, because this very well could be a pretty significant threat of wind damage coming in here towards the Brighton, Midfield, Fairfield, Lipscomb areas. Okay. Getting a lot of reports out of the storm down in southern Tuscaloosa County that there is a lowering near Utah. And so that is not good. That would be the potential there for a quick spin up tornado, but I don't see anything on radar that would indicate any kind of rotation down in Tuscaloosa County or down in Greene County as well. So that's good. But the reason that I'm here is because we do have this intense line of wind that is coming through the areas right now of Inslee, stretching down to the West End area in Birmingham and Jefferson County, Green Acres, Hillman Gardens, Oxmoor, Crest Estates, the Lakeshore Parkway, down here near the Ross Ridge area and into Bessemer. There could be winds down here in excess of 70 miles per hour, and these are streaming and screaming towards the Hoover area, Homewood, and Vestavia Hills right now. So that is the area of concern, is basically going to be this part of Jefferson County coming up within the next few minutes. especially Bessemer to Vestavia Hills down to Hoover. This is really bowing out, and it does look like that the most significant wind is going to stay south of the downtown Birmingham area. But once again, your intense line of storms are coming into the Birmingham area right now. Okay, they are extending the severe thunderstorm warnings on off towards the south and to the east to include Bibb, Calhoun, Clay, Cleburne, Jefferson, Shelby, St. Clair, Talladega, and Tuscaloosa. Now, the Tuscaloosa part of this storm is going to be from Brookwood off towards the east. So there's your new severe thunderstorm warning that does include Tuscaloosa County for this batch of storms right up here. And it does look like that this batch will stay just off to the east of Tuscaloosa. And then you've got this other storm down here that is southwest of Tuscaloosa that is sitting over Union, Knoxville, and then getting down to Utah as well. Also, if you were in the areas of Ralph and Romulus, you guys are seeing severe weather right now and torrential rains in the Shallow Road area as well. However, the most significant threat for you is going to be down a little bit further off towards your south. I do need to also mention that a severe thunderstorm watch has been issued for a good portion of this area for the remainder of the evening until 11 p.m. But the reason, like I said, that I'm here is because of the damaging straight line winds that are coming into the Birmingham metro area that could be on the order of 70 miles per hour. And as soon as they let that 70 miles per hour go, I'm going to sign off here. But as you can see right here, though, your intense line of wind has come on through Bessemer, and now it is making a beeline towards the Homewood, Vestavia Hills, and the Hoover area as well. The southern end is going to move like this, and this one is going to move like this right here. And I do need to mention that the southern storm, the storm that is coming through the Ralph area, I do need to mention that that storm goes into effect. Actually, it's going to end in 24 minutes at 5:45. Okay, so that is the area right now of concern. The good news is none of these warnings have any signs of tornadoes with them, which is really good. The only thing that we're going to have to deal with is this intense line of wind that is coming through the areas getting close to Homewood and Vestavia Hills right now. And so if you are along the 65 corridor over here towards the Lakeshore States, if you are near Valley Avenue, if you are near the Homewood area, Samford University, Lakeview Estates, like I said, Vestavia Hills, down to Shades Cliff, and then the Gentleaf Forest, the Longleaf area, and the Country Club of the Highlands down there close to Hoover. These are the areas that are really going to be impacted by winds in excess of 70 miles per hour. And as you can see right there, right up here, let me go back. Dadgummit. Oh. Well. Right over Lipscomb here, 76 miles per hour just off the ground there in okay. Okay. So these winds are definitely packing a ooh. Yeah, I think that was bad radar data. Because there's a little bit of wind associated with this that the radar is pointing out. We have winds in excess of 100 miles per hour, and I doubt that's the case. But if you were over the Lipscomb area, if you were near the Bessemer area, the Brickyard Junction, Bluff Park, the Crest Estates area, you need to go on ahead and be in your safe place right now because these winds are really, really packing a punch down here, and they are really screaming towards the area of Homewood and Vestavia Hills, also down into the Hoover area as well, and then eventually getting down here towards the Pelham and Alabaster area, and then over here towards the Wilsonville and Childersburg area as well. But that is the issue right now of Homewood and Vestavia Hills. And let me see. Road work, crashes, state facilities, weather alerts. I'm going to see if we can. Okay. All right. Let me. It's coming over Hoover right now. Okay. Okay, this is a live look at what's going on in the Hoover area at East Hoover Lane in US 31. And as you can see, the camera is really shaking, and the trees in this parking lot are bending over. This is what it's doing right there in the Hoover area as the heavy winds do move into that area right now. Let's see if we can get a better vantage point. Okay, and you can see the traffic is just at a standstill there at the area of I-459 and Highway 31 there just south of the Hoover area, as we have blinding weather conditions in that area right now. And if you look real close, you can see that the rain is being blown in sheets by the heavy rain that is moving through the area right there of the Birmingham metro area, and down there into Hoover as well. So this is going to be a pretty nasty go of it. Now this is down at 65 and Valleydale Road, and nothing has hit the Valleydale Road area right now, which is a good thing. Let's look at some other cameras. Just trying to give you guys a good vantage point of what is about to come down there in that area. Now, it looks like we got some kind of little bit of a damage right here. And the winds are still blowing at this location. That is at Sulphur Springs Road back in Bessemer. Let me see. So basically, we've got strong thunderstorms going on inside the Birmingham metro area. And like I said, traffic is at a standstill on I-459. Ooh. Look at that, guys. Ooh. That is at 459. That is pretty violent, folks. Okay, this is the wind that is coming into the area, and you can see the traffic cameras down there are really, really blowing. This is nasty. This is down here towards the Hoover area on 459, and you can see that this is really nasty coming at right now, coming into the Hoover area. And as you can see, wind is really whipping the lights down there that are on this overpass. And let me see if I can get a better vantage point. This is at Lorena Road and Green Tree Drive. You can see that this is not very good driving conditions in and around the Birmingham metro area. But the other camera that I showed you just a second ago, that was pretty violent, that we just had there off of 459. I believe it was this one. You can see the wind is really whipping in that area right there. You can see down here, down at the bottom of your screen, that the cameras and the power poles are shaking down there, and as you can see, wind is whipping at that location as well. Winds could be gusting anywhere from 40 to 50 in this location down here. So once again, this is extreme winds that are coming into the Birmingham and Hoover metros right now. So this very well could be some of those strong winds that they were talking about there in the southern portions of Hoover. And this is going to be right now at the I-65 and I-459 location, if I can get that to pull up. Come on. We must be having some power issues at 459 and 65 because we don't have any cameras in that area. Okay, that is the situation that is right now at Acton Road. And that is a nightmare, folks. That is blinding rain there in. And as you can see, the rain is blowing in sheets right there in Acton Road there and 459. That is nasty. That is about as nasty as it gets. 459 before Acton Road. Alright, let me see. Okay. So that's what's going on inside the Birmingham metro area. Let's look and see what it's doing in downtown Birmingham right now. A little bit of rain ongoing inside the Birmingham metro area right now. As you can see, this is completely gridlocked on 65. Coming into downtown Birmingham. Let's see what it looks like on 11th Avenue South. It's just raining at that location right now. Okay, so that is the situation that we have going on inside the Birmingham metro area right now. And let me see. This is going to be US 31 at I-65 in Alabaster. If that camera will pull up for us. Let's see. Okay, so we still got winds in excess of 70 miles per hour for a good portion of the line. I do not know why the cameras are not working down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because this is not working. Oh. All right, so I'm going to go back to the radar. And as you can see, there's the wind that are coming through the Hoover area that we were looking at there briefly just a little bit ago. But the leading edge of the wind now is coming through the Alabaster area, stretching down the 280 corridor over here to Chelsea and getting over here into Simsville. And the entire warning now has winds in excess of 70 miles per hour that is moving down here towards the Alabaster area, the Pelham area, Hoover, over to Wilsonville and places like that. Also over here towards Calera, south of Anniston, and then also towards the Pell City, Talladega, Sylacauga area, and then stretching back here into Brookwood and Coaling in Tuscaloosa County. And then, of course, we've got this batch of line of storms that does look like it is producing quite a bit of wind as well, that is down here about to push into Moundville, Alabama right now. So that is the two areas of concern. We've also got other storms in progress up here across Gordo and Reform, in between Gordo and Reform, and then we've got another storm of concern that very well could be our next severe warning between Pioneer and Jenna, Alabama right now across the Pickens County area, and that one is about to push over into Tuscaloosa County as well. We do actually have some damage reports in Pleasant Grove. Broadcast media, numerous trees were blown down in the Pleasant Grove area. So now we have damage reports coming in from the Pleasant Grove area with this intense line of wind that is coming through the Birmingham metro area right now. We've still got winds in excess of 70 miles per hour with this line of storms. Now, the one down here for Utah and Moundville expires in 4 minutes. The one for the 70 mile per hour winds goes until 49 more minutes, and this does include the areas down here all the way down to South Calera, from Birmingham Metro all the way down to South Calera. So that is the area of concern that we have on the board right now. And as you can see, we've still got a lot of wind that is moving in through the Hoover area and along the 65 corridor, and especially along the 31 corridor in between Pelham and Hoover right now. All right, let me... And traffic is a nightmare. I mean, an absolute nightmare inside the Birmingham area. And the good news is the wind has calmed down. It appears on the cameras in and around the Hoover area because it was violent there for a minute. It was violent there at the Loma Road area. It has calmed down at that location. That could have been winds in excess of 40 to 50 miles per hour. Tremendous rain is obviously falling right now in the Birmingham metro area, but it looks like the majority of the wind has pushed now towards the area of Alabaster and Saginaw down there in Shelby County. So this is getting really close to the, let me see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off for a little while, and I will be back to give you guys more updates as they continue to get worse or get better here in central Alabama. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning for 46 more minutes, winds in excess of 70 miles per hour that have pushed out of the Birmingham metro area and are coming down here to Pelham, Alabaster, Montevallo, and Calera. Guys, I hope y'all have a great rest of your Thursday evening, and I will be back here doing updates as they needed here only on social media.